Hi, I'm Patricia Vargas, and today I'm going to show you how to pour resin over your painting. And I'm going to be working on an acrylic painting that has been painted on cradled wood, but you can do this on just about any medium. If you're pouring resin over an oil painting, you want to make sure that your oil has completely dried before you encase it in resin. So let's get started. Let's go over what you're going to need for this project. You're going to need Art Resin, which can be purchased either on Amazon or on artresin.com. You're also going to need plastic or glass measuring cups, a separate mixing cup to pour your mixture into, popsicle sticks or a clean palette knife, gloves to avoid getting it on your hands. You're going to need cups or cones to prop your art on and raise it off a surface. You're going to need a level to make sure that your surface is as level as possible, a torch gun to help you pop all of the bubbles, and finally a clean, dust-free environment. Well, as dust-free as possible. Oh, and I forgot one more thing. You're going to need a large enough box that can fit over your art resin without touching the surface or the sides. This is going to keep it from attracting any dust or any other kind of gunk that you don't want flying in there. So let's get started. Here I have my painting on a flat surface. I have added cups underneath to raise it, as when you're pouring resin sometimes it can overflow and it will cause drips on the bottom. And you don't want it to stick to your surface, so you want to make sure that it's raised. You also want to make sure that your piece is as level as possible, because even though the resin is self-leveling, if it's not even, the resin will ultimately end up thicker on one side than the other, and that's less than ideal. You're going to use your 2 measuring cups to measure out a portion of the resin and the hardener. Find out how much you need of each by going to artresin.com/pages/calculator. In a separate container, you're going to mix in equal parts of the resin and the hardener. Now you want to make sure that you get everything out of your measuring cups so that your mixture is as equal as possible. After you have added in all of your mixture, you're now going to mix it all together for 3 minutes. You want to make sure that you do the full 3 minutes so that your resin mixes properly, and you also want to make sure that you scrape up on the sides so that you get a nice even mixture. If you mix your resin for less than 3 minutes, you run a chance of it not curing properly after you've poured it onto your piece. So make sure you do the full 3 minutes. We're going to give it a quick stir and pour the entire thing over our art piece. You're then going to take a clean popsicle stick or palette knife and start spreading your resin to the edges of your art piece. You can do this by pulling in from the middle of your pour and start spreading it out to the edges. And as you can see, it creates little divots, but this resin is self-leveling and those divots will fill out as long as you keep pushing the resin to the edges. You'll have about 40 minutes before the resin starts to cure, so use your time wisely. Once you have spread your resin as evenly as possible, you're going to start torching out all of the bubbles. You want to make sure that you don't get your torch too close to the painting surface or it'll start to burn. During the 40-minute working time period, microbubbles will start to rise to the surface, so you want to make sure that you're keeping an eye on it and blowing out the bubbles as they rise. Once you have finished popping all of the bubbles, you're going to make sure that there's absolutely no dust on your piece. If somehow you do get dust on your piece, you can use some tweezers to carefully pull it out. Once you're absolutely done, you're going to cover your piece with a clean box. The resin will set after 24 hours, but full curing time is 3 days or 72 hours. My piece has finished curing, so let's see how it all turned out. It has a perfect high gloss shine. I'm so happy with the way that it turned out. Let's say that your resin pour came out a little bit less than perfect and you got some dust on it or something else landed on it. You can take some 80 grit sandpaper and sand it down and then do another fresh pour. Pretty cool, huh? I can't wait to see what you guys make with your resin pieces. I want to thank you so much for watching this video, and if you liked it, make sure that you hit the like and subscribe button below, and I'll catch you next time.